welcome once again to the Monday night edition of the Third and Long podcast on the cusp of the second ever hardball bowl between the Chargers and the Ravens tonight. Welcome along. As I said, my name is the incomparable Shane Harris. Above me is my beautiful baby Hope, and top corner is the OG Oliver Butler Henderson, and minus his beautiful flowing locks is to my right, Mr. Philip Perrins. Gentlemen, who wants to start off first? Actually, yeah, let's address the elephant in the room first going off. Phil, what happened?
See, you said that off air and no one laughed, so I don't really understand the repeat of the joke.
You lost the plot after the Niners lost last night.
Some say you never had a plot to lose.
So basically, is my barber, bless him, my barber, he believes he has qualifications to be a doctor, a lawyer, and a teacher, and he showed me his CV, and he has no qualifications to be able to do any of those jobs. So bless him, he was just waffling, and I told him exactly what haircut I wanted. I wanted like shave the sides as per normal, cut the ends off, so I can still do the little emo fringe. It's parent evening tomorrow, so I wanted to look respectable, and he just kept cutting and cutting and cutting. And he cut too much by the time I literally was like, what you do? Stop. So he is not another. I will not be going back to that barber. So if any of you know Southern 9, don't go back.
My barber's really good. I'm quite happily endorser.
And do you know what though? Do you know what really ticks me off about like barbers, right? This really grinds my gears. Is I don't like being talked to when I get my hair cut. I mean, Shane won't know this because he's got none, but like I don't like being talked to. So like when barbers literally just waffle on and you can't hear them because I've got the clippers and they're literally asking you stupid questions. So if my barber doesn't talk to me, I will tip them. As soon as they start talking to me, aside from, oh, how's it going? What do you want doing with your hair? I literally don't tip them, and he doesn't get a tip from me. He hasn't in the last couple of times.
My barber's great. I just go and talk about American football and basketball. It's basically just this podcast, but I get my haircut.
Yours must be a very, very short haircut then, mate, to be fair.
Takes about half an hour because I just talk to the guy and his business partner about NFL and basketball. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to move on to some football quickly before he kills me?
No, but he's going to kill me.
Oh, why?
Have a look on Twitter.
Oh, no. Oh, my word. I can't.
Sorry, Phil.
What have you done?
I don't know. Just got revenge. 11 minutes late.
Oh,
Oh, he's angry.
I upset him too.
Are you ready for tonight, my friend?
No, terrified. In all honesty.
Without Roquan Smith, you guys are in trouble. Justin Herbert and Lamba Conky are gonna absolutely.
Lamba Conky's questionable.
Yeah, but he's expected to play.
Players are questionable this time of year.
As I said earlier,
is.
Max
I'll tell you
questionable.
what, why don't we cheer Shane up and let him talk about the Steelers?
Yeah, let's talk about the first snowball game of the year.
I, as well, been well documented on the show, hate those horrible towel twirling people. And to wake up Friday morning and watch the highlights of that game, intrepid journalism as I do. Yeah, to watch them lose to the Browns. Oh, I love that. Fair play. As I've always said, right, the Browns were a really good defense. Just this year, their offense has been really, really poor. Uh-oh. Yeah, so it was a big for all of us. Go on.
So for people who don't know, please go and look at Twitter. On our Twitter handle, at Third and Long, that's third with the number, I'll get it right, Third and Long UK pod. Let's get Mr. Perrins tweet trending around the world, or at least in the UK.
He looks handsome. I don't know why he's kicking off for.
I think we need to get hashtag Perrins' new haircut trending.
Yes. Oh, I mean,
Look,
yeah.
don't-
Let's talk about that game, because first to know game. How can you not like Jameis Winston, despite only throwing for 219 yards and an interception? How can we not like Mr. Perry? How can we not like Mr.
Look,
Perry?
says-
I got Perrin's hair in my head.
James Winston is what I believe the word you're looking for.
Yeah. He said something about horses and running, and yeah. Let's put it this way: it was a poor game. Less than 400 yards on both sides of the ball. Less than 300 yards on Cleveland side of the ball. They just got the game. They just got it done when they needed to. And Jim, no, what's his face? I cannot speak to him. Mike Tomlin really does not like playing teams with a symmetry record to his.
Oh yeah.
The last 3 years, when he's been 8-2 or 6-4, something like that, he's lost to a team that got the symmetry record to him.
The
Patriots.
4-6 or the 2-8s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns are now 3-8. Yeah, that's crazy.
But have we seen the issue with Pickens and Greg Newsom towards the Hail Mary at the end?
No.
They were too busy fighting each other.
Yes.
Literally, I can't remember I don't know who is who, but one of them literally dragged the player to the off and literally into the crowd. It's like, guys, the game's still going.
Yeah. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago where Pickens, instead of trying to actually tackle the ball carrier, just decided to suplex the DB.
Mhm.
He needs to focus on actually catching the ball and getting yards rather than just trying to body slam people.
Yeah, I mean, when he plays, and he plays to his ability, he is a bloody good wide receiver. And if not, probably one of the best in the league.
No.
But he
That's
has these moments where he just wants to act like an absolute brat.
Petulant child.
George
as well.
Pickens at his best is a top 15 wide receiver, not the best in the league.
I mean, still better than all Baltimore's.
Yeah,
Have
that's
a minute
right.
now. Oh, have a minute now. Zay Flowers. No, I'm sorry. I agree.
Zay Flowers isn't exactly setting the world alight this season, is he?
So better than George Pickens, huh?
Maybe.
I'd like to see the stats on that.
As well.
And you know I'm a massive Zay Flowers fan with the Boston
Wow.
College connection and all that.
You are.
But yeah, I mean, this wasn't a great game. Steelers, they've got it. I think they've still got enough to win their division. On that one, they've got Bengals, Cleveland again, Philly. The big games on the 21st of December when they host or when they travel to Baltimore, and they finish with KC and Cincy again. So it's a difficult run-in, but they've still got. I think they've got enough to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Baltimore are going to drop a game tonight, so.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Hey, mate.
Sorry, don't worry. You've got review that game in Green Bay shortly.
Don't worry, I've seen all your comments in the chat today.
Bang, season's done.
Let's roll over to Sunday night games, and I suppose I better get over and done with, haven't I?
Yeah,
Yes.
I quite enjoyed your comment that I can't repeat on air about halfway through the Patriots game last night.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. Was
Yeah, I mean, can we leave Lowe and two of our other O linemen in Miami? They gave away 8 penalties, 8 pre-snap penalties for either holding any kind of offensive passing and bloody lining up in the neutral zone. Austin Hooper.
Quick question. How is holding a pre-snap penalty?
You know what I mean? They were lined up in the neutral zone. They were lined up offside. They were false starting. It's like, guys.
Any illegal shifts in there?
No, there was one in Miami, but I don't think there was one in New England. I can't remember. No, I don't think there was.
They seem to be calling illegal shift every other play at the moment.
The thing is, though, we had 2 really good drives. The first one, got killed by penalties where Joe Slide missed the kick from 40 some long 40 something, and then which killed it, and then we gave away a penalty which took Miami from 3-8 to first down, which they scored their first touchdown on. And it's like, going to be on the end games, is it? Penalties are going to ruin our season. And Jared Mayo says it's come out, it's on him. He's going to sort it out.
I mean,
Sort it the hell out then.
You're 3-8. I don't think you can really blame your season done on penalties. You're 3-8.
It's been the same all season. Penalties has been the issue all season. And I do think it's the inconsistent O-line that we've used this year. 11 different starting selections in the O-line. But Lowe is shocking. Absolutely shocking. He got absolutely ball rushed by Trot Robinson several times. Who, by the way, that guy is an absolute monster. He is going to be one of the best defensive ends in this league.
Is Lowe the new Isaiah Wynn?
No, he's not that good. He's not that bad. No one's that bad. 8-7, Tua played well. You know, he hit the passes when he needed to. Yeah, I know. But the issue is, like, we know where Miami are going to hurt you. It is that in that space between the hash markings, in between the linebackers and the DBs. Every time. That's where they get their big, chunky, explosive plays. And I lost count how many times Jalen Waddle was in there, or Jonnu Smith was in there, or Waddle was mainly out wide, but Jonnu Smith and Jalen Waddle were constantly in that box. Learn. That's where they make their big explosive plays. That's where they get majority of the yardage in that area, in that 15-yard window, in between the flats and the quarters.
Look on the bright side. Your DB shut down Odell Beckham.
Hey, Gonzo got his first ever touchdown for New England Patriot, and thank you very much, Baldy, for sharing that with me.
That was a good play.
That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. Drake is the franchise. Drake is him. You just got to build around him now. And then that bloody stupid trick play, the double throw.
Oh, that was such a good trick play.
I mean, I get the idea of it, and I understand it. Right, we're losing. Let's try new things. Do it. That wasn't the way to get it out. I don't think the O-line got far enough ahead. I think Mondre got too close to his O-line, and it just went tits, complete and utter tits. They obviously not practiced it enough.
And then Miami showed you how to do a trick play with a no-look handoff. Yeah,
that was pretty impressive. Yeah, cheers for that. And then we had our version of hook and ladder for the 2-point, which was quite sweet. Right. I'd rather talk about my lot because it's depressing. Let's go over to, I reckon, probably the game of the day, or one of the games of the day, Vikings at the Bears. Right. Before anyone else gets involved, I think this is the best case scenario for Chicago. Because surely it shows now Caleb Williams isn't the problem. Matt Eberflus is the problem. He's 5-18 in one-score games. Baby hope.
That's a crazy start.
Okay, I agree with you. Matt Eberflus is the problem. The only reason I think it's maybe not best case scenario is because they've got a game in 2 days and they've just paid overtime.
Long-term best case scenario, though.
Long-term best case scenario. But I think overtime on a short week is not ideal.
No.
And also, I mean, they're playing the Lions, so they're probably going to lose either way. But,
100%.
Yeah. Eberflus is a problem. Their defense isn't performing as well as it should do, in my opinion.
Hell no. They've got a very, very good defense. Probably on paper, top 5 defense in the league. Play calling, shocking. The players aren't playing for that coaching staff.
And I mean, Shane Warden at OC is enough said.
Mm.
But I want to talk about the Vikings and their lack of discipline.
Go for it.
Just leave it. You don't need to kick the onside kick.
Elaborate. I missed that.
Okay, so the onside kick at the end, which forced it to overtime, the Vikings guy just let it hit his foot.
I missed that.
And
Completely
then-
missed that.
Okay,
I
so
saw
basically,
John,
there's
Johnny,
onside kick.
Yeah.
They're all too busy blocking each other. Hit the Vikings guy book. Another Viking guy tries to scoop it up instead just diving on it, and then Chicago recover it, and then go and score the field goal to take it to overtime.
I saw them go on about it, but I didn't actually see what happened to going on. So I was concentrating something on the New England game. But yeah, I mean,
So it was over by then, wasn't it? I mean, then
Over by
again,
half-
your
halftime.
game
actually,
like
no, I
our
was
game
watching
was
the
over.
Celtics.
Yeah.
I was watching it.
Your game like our game was over by halftime.
Oh god, yeah. We'll get to your
I mean,
game. in a bit.
our game was over after the first quarter.
Hey, Mr. Ferris is online.
I think our game was was over after the first drive, wasn't it?
Right. Okay, so Chicago, they've got life in them now. How many games do we think they could finish up? Their remaining schedule is obviously Detroit Thursday. Then they go to you boys in San Fran. Then they go to Minnesota. Then they got Detroit again. Then they host Seattle, and then they go to Green Bay. Can we
They might
see
not
them
win.
winning more than one game?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so over the past 5 weeks, Chicago have lost thanks to overtime,
Yeah.
thanks to a blocked field goal, and thanks to a defender not realizing that there's a Hail Mary going on at the same time.
Yep.
So, it's a game of inches. If those inches change, Chicago win those games. So I think Chicago can win 3 or 4.
Well, they're going to get one on the 8th of December. That's a guarantee.
I mean, help our pick at this point.
I reckon Detroit would have wrapped up the division by the time they play on the 22nd.
I mean, I
think.
hope they don't, because Detroit can come and whoop our 17th, help our pick. We need it. We need to replace Colton McVitt, so let's get a tackle.
It's not time yet.
So yeah, Vikings. How close can they get to winning or get to Detroit? I mean, the NFC North. It's becoming probably the best division. I think it was 30 and 13 at the moment. The joint record, the best division in the league.
The NFC West and the NFC South are both washed.
Yeah.
So I think we can assume that there's only one team from each of those divisions getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys and the Giants are both also shocking. So I think we can assume the three wildcard teams are going to be the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Packers.
I mean, we'll get to the Commanders in a minute, but I Commanders need to sort their shit out. Sorry,
the Eagles are too good.
The Eagles are too good. Yeah, I mean,
the Eagles are very good.
The Vikings have got Cardinals at home, Falcons at home, Bears at home. Then they go to Seattle. Then they've got Green Bay at home, and then they go to Detroit. They got 4 of the next 6 games are at home. There's going to be an advantage, surely, because they live in the domes. So it's not going to have all the weather. It's going to be an advantage playing 4 of your next 6 games at home.
Yeah.
Thanks for stepping in.
It will be.
Yeah.
I mean, as they used to say on Madden all those years ago, roadkill is the hardest thing to get in the NFL.
Yep, it is. Completely.
And San Francisco have to go to Buffalo to get it.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, I can't see that happening somehow. Okay, let's roll on to the Lions, who didn't really get out of second gear against our Indy.
They didn't need to. I think as I keep saying every week now, they're playing football for fun. They're making it look easy. The Sonic and Knuckles backfield of David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs just makes it look easy. I think did they both score 2 touchdowns each? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I think, did Montgomery get 2?
Gibbs got 2.
Gibbs got 2. Sorry, I knew one of them got 2.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's crazy how well they're playing. They're the number 1 seed in the
Gibbs got
NFC
2,
for a reason.
Montgomery got 1. 3 touchdowns.
But that was the bet I had. Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery to both score a touchdown.
I mean, that's money in the bag nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only disappointed with this that they only put 24 points up, not 40 plus. What do you reckon, Mrs. Pete? Your missus being the resident or the extra Bears fan that we have on the show.
I mean, it was again. I mean, the Lions are on a 9-game win streak, so they are absolutely blowing teams away. Okay.
Yeah.
They're genuinely my personal favorite to dethrone the Chiefs. I actually will go all in the postseason in supporting like the Lions. I think they're that good, and in many ways they're better than the Chiefs. Shane picked upon it earlier. They never really had to get out of first gear. I mean, the game was realistically over by halftime. It was completely dead by the end of the third quarter, and then they just did a field goal because they were just toying with them. I mean, the Lions literally were toying with their prey. You know, and I think with them playing on Thursday anyway, because of like the Thanksgiving tradition, they probably would have liked this type of game because no one came out of it hurt. They can rest up and they can reload for when they play on Thursday. So it was kind of like, I think Thursday would be more of an interesting challenge because I'm just quickly stalling while I look at
They're playing the Bears.
They're playing the Bears, and the Bears aren't exactly amazing either. So it's like another divisional rival. So I've got it up now. It's got like another divisional rival. I still think, I mean, the Bears are 0-4 in terms of like playing away. The Lions are 4-1 at home. I'd still think that, it's a divisional matchup. So it's not like, there'll be a little bit of bad blood there. But like, I think the Colts didn't really lay a hand on them.
Yeah, I mean, so they got the Bears twice. They got 3 games on the bounce now. Detroit. They've got Chicago, Green Bay, and Buffalo. The Buffalo game on the 15th is going to be the game. It's going to be a brilliant, brilliant game. But they'll have 9 days in between those games. It's surprised it's not been flexed. It's 9:25 kickoff. I thought that'd be on the later ones. But yeah, I can see it being an incredibly good game.
I think don't Fox and CBS get to like protect some of the games so they can't be flexed?
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't you surprise if they flagged that one?
No, don't take our game. But they kept the bloody Chiefs Bills game 2 weeks ago, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess that one was also probably protected.
Most definitely. Right, the other prediction game we chose for this week was the Cardinals against the Hawks, which, that was a bit of a snooze fest. Miss Perrins, I know you said this week that the games were bad, but why have you chosen these games?
Genuinely, I picked the games because I thought one, I like low scoring games. I do like them. And I mean, every time it's I'll get another week to pick the games. Every time I try and pick like the games that week, I don't like predictable landslides, and I try to pick games that have teams of a similar win-loss, but also similar ability and similar styles. I think I even bet that the Seahawks would beat the Cardinals. I think it was only me and you, Hendo, that said they would.
Yeah, it was just me and you, my friend.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
I just felt like the Seahawks style would be able to enough to beat the Cardinals offense. And I was absolutely right. Now, was it a great game? No. Was it a game where I predicted correctly? Yes.
You know the AFC West, mate, or the NFC West.
And you're only 7 behind me now, Phil. Good job.
Yeah, that's fine. That's still a playoff, mate. That's still playoff contention.
You're only 7 back.
I mean, the player of the game was the Kobe Bryant interception, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The 69 touchdown run. Yeah, incredibly good. Seattle and Arizona now a game ahead of you guys and the LA Rams. I'm going to ask, can you catch either of them?
Yes.
I mean
today on the chat,
yesterday in the group.
Today on the chat, it's been glass half full, glass half empty, hasn't it?
No, glass is empty. Not about half full. It's completely empty.
Glass on the floor and there's water everywhere.
So, like, I mean, there's a particular clip that I send after every 49ers loss. It's because now I'm all in now. I'm all in on this 49ers, not like tanking, but disappointing end. And it's a clip from WWE where it's Damian Priest, and he goes, "It's over. You're washed. Get over it." Like, it's that, and there's just like that's exactly how I feel. Like it is over. Like, we are not a good team, and I genuinely mean this when we go into the 49er game. But like, we are aggressively getting worse with every game. It's not like we can argue, so and so was injured, so and so was out. Andy Reid literally has the same situation, but he comes up with schemes to actually get the best out of what he has. Great coaches change things when they need to be changed. Kyle Shanahan just looks to double down on everything. So yes, it is very nihilistic because I don't think Kyle's going to get sacked, but I do think someone is going to come over John Lynch and make sure that mass changes are made.
Completely.
Can we blame some of this on John Lynch?
Yes. Yes.
So what do you think John Lynch has done wrong, apart from not being able to actually sign people until the day before the season starts?
I mean, I think that's a big thing in itself.
Yeah.
Like Trent Williams missed the whole off season and came back out of shape, and he's not looked great all season. Oh, Brandon Ayuk, did you do any like conditioning or training in this? Oh no, you didn't. You did nothing. Oh, you've done your ACL because you didn't keep. Oh, okay.
Whoa! You're a footballer, and you've played NFL, mate, or American football. You know for a fact you could play and be one of the fittest players in the league, and still rupture your ACL. You can't blame that on.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. Can we really blame John Lynch?
Right. This is where we can. This is where we can genuinely.
You can't blame.
This is where we can generally blame John Lynch. This is where we can generally blame John Lynch. Okay, genuinely, he should have pushed back more on the 49ers giving up 3 first-round picks for a quarterback that they then just let go. So that there literally hindered, essentially, kind of like our young team now, or our lack of youngsters in the team now, like getting first-round talent. Secondly, John Lynch, obviously not being able to sign his big-name players down, absolutely. But he is also general manager. Kyle Shanahan has a ridiculous authority over like the coaching staff. He must genuinely think, all right, Kyle's great, but Kyle needs an offensive coordinator. Kyle's great, but maybe I should step in and sack the special teams coach. Oh, Nick Sorensen. Oh, we brought him in. Oh, didn't he like suck massively at the Chargers last year? And he conceded, was it 70 points in a game? Oh yeah, let's bring him as our defensive coordinator.
That was Staley.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry. Either way,
he's our assistant coach.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. So that was like bringing in Joe Staley, who literally did that to the team. So you have to think like, well, who's running the actual side? Is it the general manager, whose job it is to generally manage, or the head coach? Because like sometimes you do need your line manager to step in and go, look, I need to be a little bit more involved. It's all right, John Lynch going like, yeah, I won the Super Bowl at the Bucks, and I used to be on ESPN, and literally all of the NFL media love me, but like, come on, John, literally do your job.
So
literally do your job. He's showing his inexperience.
I don't know why I just found that when you went, John Lynch, whose general manager's job is to generally manage. I don't know why I found that so funny.
I mean,
it is funny because to like normal people, that would be like, something like a line manager. He's literally a line manager. I just don't think he's let Kyle do so much by himself and allow him to bring basically whoever he wanted. Like, we should never have got rid of Steve Wilkes in hindsight. Like, we weren't high on him. Like, considering where we were last year to where we are now, it's not been a great replacement. It's not been a great hire. And I don't know. I think a lot of it does fall on John Lynch as well as Kyle.
Okay, I agree that it's not been a great hire, but Steve Wilkes was hopeless.
But we've got what, like, Steve Wilkes wasn't great, but we got to the Super Bowl with a pretty still decent team. And if anything, he did help sort out our secondary quite a lot. Like, I actually thought our secondary improved. Our D line's just been decimated the last 2 years because other than Nick Bosa, we don't actually have anybody to put pressure on. So I do think it's just progressively gotten worse. And I think Fred Warner was appalling yesterday.
No. You said about you've got to blame the GM. Can I put a different spin on it?
Go on.
I think you really need to look at your athletics team and your strength and conditioning coach.
I was going to say,
you have had so many injuries in the last 2 years that I can't even count on everyone in this household's family. If you don't know, there's 5 people in this house.
But isn't that another thing?
Every time you have a player that's done for the season, done for 4 or 5 weeks, done. Christian McCaffrey this year, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams is down, Kittle's been down, Debo's been down, Brock Purdy's been down, Bosa's down, Warner's gone down, Greenlaw. When's he coming back? He should have been back by now. Most people do the ACL.
He did it was Achilles, not ACL. He's back soon. He was doing sprints last week in training.
And then you've got your young DB, Green. Is it Green? Is he the one who went down yesterday? That's 10 this season alone.
You forgot Hargrave.
Yeah, Hargrave as well. I know the NFL is a massive physical game.
Yeah.
And you get ACLs and you get issues. Oh, yeah, and you've got about 4 kickers have gone through injured. But there is something where you've gone, right, okay, pulled hamstrings, pulled muscles and all that going, right. What are we doing that's getting all these players with muscle injuries?
Yeah.
A ligament going and Achilles and like broken collarbones and broken bones is different because it's the nature of the sport. But you're getting players going out with muscle injuries and they're not like, oh, you've got a strike strain. You're like, oh, God, he's now literally got a grade 3 tear in his muscle. So there's something wrong in your strength and conditioning team that is causing your team issue. And I'm loving it.
Okay, that's a bit harsh. I mean, they say don't wish it. They say don't wish it on your enemy.
I've wished it on enemies.
We know Patrick Mahomes.
I've never been there. Like, oh God, I hope Drake May snaps his leg in half.
You will now.
You will not.
Hey.
No, but like going back to it. This could be even like to the beginning of like Lynch and Kyle's like tenure at the 49ers. When Lynch came in, the season after, Garoppolo went down, completely done up, and like we kind of like tanked for the rest of that year. Then we got Nick Bosa, we got to the Super Bowl. The following year, we had a ton of injuries. Like Jimmy Bosa went down and lost the majority of the season as well. So this isn't just something new. This is something that's been happening throughout their tenure. So again, John Lynch needing to actually, genuinely manage the team that he's in control of. Why wasn't this, brought to attention in the off season or the season before? And like, we're having a ton of injuries going down now. We play on field, so it's nothing to do with the pitch that we play on. What do we need to look at in our, yeah. And I don't think these questions have been asked of them via like the NFL media, but I also don't think they're asking it between themselves. I think genuinely it must be a weirdly toxic atmosphere in San Francisco because Kyle just, top everything off. The first time I've seen Kyle show any form of emotion was when we got penalized on back-to-back too many players on the field calls.
Yes. That made me
Back
chuckle.
to back. Like, because at one point last night, Gemma had turned off the football for some reason. Like, she just turned it off. So I was just watching it via like the Live Score app, the NFL Live Score app, and it went like 15-0 penalty 49ers. Too many people on. I was like, oh, literally just like swear. And then like a couple of minutes later, the same thing came up, and I was like, going, have they just like made a mistake? No, the 49ers literally back-to-back plays, 12 people on the field.
To be fair,
How someone didn't get fired at that point?
Because our guy was getting off the field and Green Bay noticed it and go, sod it, we're doing this.
Yeah, the first time. The second time,
The first
we
time,
just
but
had
the
12
second
players on the
time,
field.
you had literally 3 guys stood next to you going, surely one of them going, one of us isn't meant to be here, guys. Hello? Why have we got 1 safety, 2 safety, 3 safeties?
Yeah.
So
hello?
I saw those 3 players and just started counting, and then I was like, yeah, we got 12 men again.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, because we played and we sat in the bloody stands picking the players up. You go, right, there's 3 defensive backs stood within 5 yards of each other. It's either going to be a mess of coverage or there's too many defensive backs on the field.
I mean, surely as well, like when there is a change of play, you literally, from a coaching point of view, is, and I do this as well on the sidelines, is, bring so-and-so, all right, you're going in, bring so-and-so out, okay? You're replacing so-and-so. And then they literally come in, okay, all right, I'll come out. And that's literally it. Why is this also not happening on the sideline? Because if you literally go, you're on the field? Who's going to come on? Like, that's literally what happened on back-to-back plays, essentially.
Before we talk about Green Bay, I mean, you've played it, but did you have a certain set plays? Like, okay, it's going to be bare base, Washington down. You would then go, right, okay, that's not my play. I'll be off.
Yeah, we did.
You'd have, all right, okay, you would have 10 plays. You would play 1, 5, 4, 6, 7. I know that's the most random number order going ever, but you would know, right, okay, they've called play number 2. Okay, that's not my play. Okay, they've called play number 5. I've got to be on the field.
Yeah. We would very generally, and I'm talking back to like when I was at Worcester here, that's when I first came across like having a set load of plays, because we went no huddle for the first offensive drive. And we all knew like the first 4 plays. And if the quarterback called an audible, it was either going to be a halfback draw or it was going to be quick slants. That was his audible. But we would always first test the run, then pass, and then it would be one or the other going forward. So we literally so our first play essentially was always test the run. How good is their run defense? Okay, we've made some yards, or we haven't made. All right, next one. All right, then we're going to go for a pass play, and that just so our quarterback just felt like a little bit more confident doing it. So we knew essentially what we were doing. I mean, our go-to towards the end was essentially double wing, where we wanted to like grind some clock down. And for anyone that doesn't know, double wing, you're essentially playing tight with double wide receivers and double tight ends. And then you're literally just running the ball for almost like a Spartan kind of like 300 charge. That's essentially what we used to do. And that was just when we wanted to run down games. But we knew
you were using a 12 package.
Yeah. But we sorry, I missed that.
21 personnel, isn't it?
No, I'm sure I can never remember where it is now.
And anyway, just going back on points, is that we would make sure, like we all knew, because we would train all week, or we would train this plan in the off season. We all knew that even I'm going in as a tight end, I'm like playing on the strong side. I'd literally go stand on my side. I prefer playing weak side tight end because I'm left-handed, and I always found that I was a lot more comfortable catching the ball from the left-hand side than I was on the right-hand side. So I would 100% always opt to play on the weaker side. So, but then I literally always knew if I needed to go for fullback, I knew exactly how to play fullback in that position, because we literally just rinse and repeated. And again, this is just kids that are at university playing these type of plays. These are also multi-millionaire professionals at the height of their game, and you're telling me that they went in not knowing who was going to come out and replace some of them. It generally blows my mind. And I also knew from the first drive that the Green Bay Packers were going to annihilate us. And I know it's going to be very 49er heavy because of like half the hosts are 49er fans. But I wanted to give a massive shout. The Packers came to play and they looked amazing. Like I knew after the first drive that we were going to get spanked, and when we did comfortably as well. Comfortably. So massive well done to Jordan Love. I think they're really good. I'm still not sold on him being a franchise.
Sorry, go on, mate.
No, so I'm still not sold on him as being as good as everyone says he is. But he played really well against a team that don't play very well at the moment.
I mean, the three best teams in the NFC at the moment are Detroit, Philadelphia, and Green Bay.
I think you got to put Minnesota in there too.
Oh yeah, I was going to say I put Minnesota above Green Bay. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shayla, Josh Jacobs, 3 touchdowns, 106 yards.
As Phil said, they came to play. Josh Jacobs was a massive acquisition from the Raiders in preseason, especially to fill Aaron Jones's shoes. I didn't think he'd be that good, but on that Packers offense, he is firing. I think they're a really good team, and they're a team to watch out for. You know, I'm going into the playoffs. I think they can make a deep run. In all honesty, as much as I don't like to say it, it's sometimes you can't deny how good a team is. And I think he played really well. I think the Packers played really well as a whole. As much as I give the Niners and the Niner boys, I'd throw a lot of shade. It's all bad. We all know that the Niners on paper are one of the best teams in the NFL. And the fact that the Packers made them look ordinary yesterday, is it the fact that the Packers were that good, or is it the fact that the Niners are that bad?
I think we're that bad. I mean, like I said, Packers played well, but we unless you actually watch the game, gents. And I was saying this to like a couple of like my lads at football practice tonight, and one of them being a 49er fan, and we were literally talking about how bad the 40 they like the amount of missed tackles. I think it was like in one quarter they've missed 10 tackles, which is the highest in the NFL.
15 in the first half. And can I just say, Phil, I loved your reaction to Wan-Bissaka's goal just then.
Yeah, thanks.
Was that what it was?
Wait, what? Sorry, what's going on? West Ham beating Newcastle as well. Oh, Phil's
You guys just conceded. I just saw Phil out of nowhere just go.
I just wondered what was going on. I've seen it.
The TNS
And I'm being taken for cover tomorrow. Today, today's just a write-off, mate. Like today's just a write-off.
Let's go around the rest of the game.
Can I just finish off what I was saying? It was 15 missed tackles in the first half, which was the most of any team this season in the NFL.
Yeah,
right, sorry, mate. I completely missed that one. Yeah. Danny DeVito wasn't a change, and Malik Neighbors says it was never the quarterback issue. In his press conference after the game, it was never the quarterback issue.
I love Baker's
Tommy Cutlets celebration.
Double cutlets. I mean, but his press conference afterwards, yeah, Tommy's a great guy. Got a lot of smoke for him. He's a guy. You're just taking the mick. Come on. The Chiefs, like I said in the group chat, that brilliant. Fair play to the Panthers. The best they played all year, but they've left too much time on the clock. 1 minute 46 seconds for the Chiefs is more than enough time to go down and score the winning point. I mean, they've done it in 12 seconds against Buffalo several times as they beat the Panthers 30-27. Tennessee Titans, shock of the night, beating the Texans 32-27. Will Levis threw for 2 touchdowns. Gardner Minshew, boys. I was watching, got the black armbands on, broken collarbone, done for the season. Can I
have a moment of quiet reflection, please, for Hollywood Minshew?
No. Leave the ball to a 29-19 win over the Ravens. You noticed I didn't do the Washington Dallas game because
crazy
41 points in 6.5 minutes.
Bonkers.
That was one of the craziest last couple of minutes of footballs I've seen in a while.
I mean,
I even put in the group chat, this game is boring. Not a lot's happened yet. It was 6 points by half time, three points by each. I was like, this is rubbish. And then it just all went mental.
On Saturday, it was, I think, the 5 or 6 year anniversary, or maybe more, of when the New England Patriots scored 3 touchdowns in 52 seconds.
Yeah, against New York. It
Yeah.
was butt fumble weekend.
Yes.
Right.
I feel like this was just as many points, probably, in the 52 seconds at the end.
Mate, every time we looked, there's been another one. 10, 12 years.
12 years.
12 years.
Also,
yeah,
but can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Why didn't he go down after the
Touchdown. I know you mean.
the onside kick?
Pass. Not only that, but I mean that kick to tie the game.
Oh.
I mean, I played golf shots that are worse than that.
It was a bad snap.
Still going.
It was a bad snap, bad hold, bad kick.
Mate, but I'm getting up the play-by-play now. Okay. So we had in the last 2 minutes of the game, touchdown Dallas to make it 2019. Touchdown Washington to make it 2015. 2 minutes 14 left on the clock. Touchdown Dallas to make it 27-17. 13 seconds on the clock. It took 13 seconds. Then we had a field goal by Washington to make it 20-27. Then we had a touchdown, one play, 86 yards, scary Terry McLaurin to make it 26. Then we had the missed field goal. Then we had
missed PAT.
Then we had Turpin with the 99 fumbled bloody muff punt, spinning Houdini to literally teleport himself from one side of the defense to the other for the touchdown. It's just crazy. That was the last 5-6 plays of the game or drives of the game.
You missed out the onside kick return for a touchdown.
That was which one was that one?
That was the second Turpin. The second Turpin. Wasn't
Oh yeah,
Turpin
Sherman kick 61. Yeah. Muffs, yeah, there's that one there. I mean it's almost like Phil's coached the Lincoln Titans to play in the NFL.
Mm.
Oh, that's right, boys. I know they're foot taller and about 300 pounds heavy. Just let them run through you. It's fine. It was insane. Absolutely insane. And why is Amon-Ra St. Brown changed to questionable on my sleep app? That's annoying. Yeah, it's one of the most bonkers games. Bonkers 6.5 minutes of football I've ever seen. I just kept looking up on Red Zone and, oh, look, there's been another score. Oh, look, another score. I think at the end I wasn't even watching the Patriots. I was just watching the Red Zone on laptop through the screen.
Well, I had the Commanders in my acca as well. So as you can see, I wasn't happy with this result, but it was mental. You could see Washington sort of clawing themselves back into it, and the Cowboys just were scoring more points all the time.
I mean, let's give Mike McCarthy another couple of weeks.
I'm surprised he's still here, to be fair.
Yeah, me. I mean, they're gonna lose on the weekend because they've got. Who have they got?
They've got someone good on. Oh no, they got the Giants on Thanksgiving.
Oh, they'll win that one then. And then they got Bengals, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and Washington.
They've got a soft run in then.
Yeah.
They're still in the playoff, surely not.
No,
not
they're not that good.
I mean, they're fun. What's happened to Washington?
Jane Daniels rookie wall.
Because it's been 3 weeks on the bounce now. 3 defeats on the bounce. Steelers, Philadelphia, Dallas. Okay, 2 hard games, and then a divisional matchup. Is it just purely the rookie wall, or has teams now found out the Dan Quinn defense?
I think it's
and
a
look at Phil, he thinks he's got an answer. Or not. He completely ignored me. Gentlemen.
Well, yeah, I think, like Baby said, I think maybe Jaden Daniels has hit the rookie wall. Washington were one of these teams. Let's not forget, at the beginning of the season, nobody expecting anything of. And they won 7 games and lost 5. They're outperforming the expectations for themselves. So I think they do really well as it is.
Yeah.
They've got Tennessee now their next game. I ordinarily, before the weekend, would have said they'll walk over Will Levis and company. But after them beating the misfiring Texans, I don't know.
I still think they'll walk all over Levis and company.
Levis looked all right yesterday from what I saw.
Exactly. And Tony Pollard's in Tennessee as well now, and he's ridiculously underrated.
Yeah, but CJ Stroud was playing for Tennessee yesterday.
He was. Yeah.
Okay. Before we let Shane have his 30 seconds of glory,
Thank you.
is Saquon Barkley a outsider or a front runner for the MVP of this league?
Okay, he should be a front runner, but he's an outsider because Josh Allen's going to win it.
What?
Yeah, to be fair, I can't even disagree with you then. Mr. Perrins, your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be Josh Allen's year, but Saquon's had such a great time in Philly. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, he hasn't surprised me of how well he's done. But like, it's actually quite nice for him to stand out in a team that contends instead of pretend like the Giants.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that he didn't just get his bag essentially, but like he's actually getting the glory that comes with it. It's almost like if Megatron would have actually left the Lions instead of staying there until he died.
He's obsessed with Megatron.
That's literally how it felt. Like, him leaving the Giants and going, oh, sorry, Dan Jones. Oh, he's oot. I'm going to go play with Jalen Hurts so you can actually, throw the ball. Yeah. So yeah, I'm buzzing for him. But I think it's to go with baby. I think it's Josh Allen's time.
I mean, so he's leading the NFL in rushing yards this year. He's 4th in the NFL in touchdowns with 10. Let's say Jalen Hurts taken 3 off him from the tush push. He is outstanding this year, and it feels like, right, okay, yes, you've got Devontae Smith. Yes, you've got A.J. Brown. You've got Dallas Goedert. You've got a good enough supporting cast there that he doesn't feel like, right, okay, yeah, I need to take a break. Oh, no, my team's going to suffer if I come off the pitch. It's almost like that now.
For me, you can't have not given it to CMC last year and give it to Saquon this year when I think they're having parallel seasons.
Saquon's done something CMC hasn't done.
What?
Backward turtle?
Jump over someone backwards. Until CMC does that, Barkley's a better running back.
So just putting it out there to piggyback on my usual Thursday segment. The odds for the potential MVP winners with Paddy Power at the moment. Josh Allen is 7-5 favorite. LJ is 3-1 second favorite. Saquon is 6-1. Do you want to give me a name?
Drake May. No, don't.
Mahomes. Sorry, maybe Mahomes is 15-2, so 7.5-1.
I don't think he should win this.
Derek Henry's 100-1. Joe Burrow is 60-1.
Joe Burrow's favorite to win Joe Burrow's favorite to win comeback player of the year, by the way.
Joe Burrow is having an MVP level season on a team that is absolutely diabolical this year.
Yeah,
absolutely. But the game itself, I've seen the 15-minute highlight as I wasn't staying up for this because I was absolutely knackered. I'm ashamed because it was a brilliant game. Like I said, Saquon ran for 255 yards. It's a record.
3 touchdowns. He got over 300 yards scrimmage, by the way.
I know, ridiculous, isn't it? AJ Brown got over 100 yards. Puka Nacua got over 100 yards. Kyron Williams still ran for 72 yards and a touchdown. Matt Stafford proved 240 yards. This was a classic primetime game, an absolute classic game. This is what
New York chose Daniel Jones over keeping Saquon. Someone's going to get fired for that blunder.
They already are, mate. Definitely. Talk about primetime. Harbaugh Bowl.
Yes, thank you very much. Harbour Bowl Part 2, as they say in France, or Hot Shots. So the Ravens play the Chargers tonight on Monday Night Football, live from SoFi. Kickoff time in the UK is 1:15. I will not be up for it because I have a job to go to in the morning. and I'll probably watch the highlights. No, don't. No, well, we'll talk about that another time. So I know for a fact that Roquan Smith is out for the Ravens. It's going to be a big loss in middle linebacker. He's probably my favorite defensive player, so it's kind of a bit personal for me as well. We've heard that Ladd McConkey is questionable for the Chargers. Same with Khalil Mack. But then I've also heard something that Gus Edwards was basically, I'm going to say it, slagging off Baltimore. I don't know how true that is. He was always really good for us. I had a lot of time for Gus Edwards when he was playing for us, but apparently he's been now opening his mouth, same as Patrick Queen did when he played us last week. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dobbins and Gus Edwards fare against this suspect Ravens defense at the minute. I mean, Justin Herbert's decent quarterback, but I don't think he's in the same league as Lamar Jackson. Let's be real. Who they got? Wide receivers. Quentin Johnson actually knows how to catch a ball these days. Good for him. So he's taken him 2 seasons. Jalen Reagor they've got as well. Will Disley. See, there's nothing.
Ladd McConkey.
I said Ladd McConkey. You're obsessed
Ladd
with
McConkey is offense for me. Should be offensive rookie of the year.
As I said, I can see us winning this, to be fair, on paper. I really do think so. But then, like I said, with Roquan being out and our defense sometimes showing up, sometimes not, that's going to be the only deciding factor.
I genuinely think Jim Harbaugh is going to put on a clinic and the Chargers are going to win.
Yeah, I think so.
See, they love
when
the Niners lose. Look, they just love to just chuck shit back at me. It's fine, boys. Don't worry about it. I can take it. I have broad shoulders.
I don't care about Baltimore winning or losing or not. But
thanks, bud.
Justin Herbert's playing incredibly well these last 3 weeks. Will Disley has become a top tier tight end in the last 3 weeks. Ladd McConkey is a genuine top talent slot wide receiver with brilliant yards off the catch. You would if you put him in San Fran, you would think, oh my God, got a world superstar. But because he's in LA, not even the glamorous side of LA, he's in the Charger side of it. Oh, it's not good. J.K. Dobbins having a really good season, really impressive season in there.
Shows why he's fit.
They are getting to be a good team there, and I think another year under Jim Harbaugh next season, they draft well, and this team could be literally fighting KC for the AFC West next year, along with Denver. That's my hot take.
Notable omission as well from the Ravens would be center Tyler Linderbaum. He's out as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that O-line fares. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's questionable, isn't it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen the inactives come through yet, but
no, that won't come out yet. Obviously, the brother dynamic. You've obviously got a lot of former Ravens playing for the Chargers. It's going to be a very interesting game tonight.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be okay. It's going to be a bloody good game, and it's going to be great to see the brothers again and going up against each other. It'll be the first time since Super Bowl. Am I correct, gentlemen?
Yeah,
you're correct. 2030.
Have they played each other before that or not?
Only in the backyard, I expect.
Could be a really good game. Really looking forward to this one. I am going for an LA win, though. Sorry, Shayna. You are outnumbered 3-1, I believe. Are you correct, Mr. Parent, as well?
Oh God! I think Jim still has a grudge over John over what happened in the Super Bowl many moons ago. So I'm going to lick my finger and put it into the closest slot, and I'm going to get myself electrocuted because I think those Chargers are going to win.
Oh, very clever, very clever.
I seriously didn't think you were going to go down that route. Very good.
Just
very
remember
good.
what Jim is capable of.
Okay. As you know, this week it is Thanksgiving football. 3 of us really want to watch the game. The other one's going to a show. So we are going to be coming to your screens live on Wednesday this week. That's a Wednesday. Yeah.
I know.
I know. Mr. Pose has got no excuse because I think his Wednesdays is quite a night.
It is quite a night. I literally can't wait. I'm going to sit and talk to you guys about football whilst Mrs. Parents goes out and plays netball.
Yes, Jen.
Nice. So we'll be back on your screens on Wednesday night. It'll still get aired as per usual on a Friday morning for your listening devices. But this show will be available tomorrow morning. So download it, listen to it, have a listen. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, good night, have a wonderful evening, and stay safe all.